All right, welcome to the Draftaholics. On this episode tonight, we're going to be with Wrestlemania coming this weekend. We're going to be doing a Royal Rumble style draft. It's going to be an 8-man team Royal Rumble draft. All right,
Yeah, wait.
so it's going to be great. It's going to be very fun. I'm Doug By. Got Mike Rossi as always, Andrew Garganese, Joe G Money, and before we got on here, we already did the order of the draft. It's going to be Mike, Andy, myself, and then Joe. You guys ready for this?
Oh yeah,
Ready.
Ready for it all. Ready to rumble.
Let's just jump right into it.
That's good. That's good.
I like it. All right, Mike. Mike, you got the first pick, so let's get started.
All right. So, I think all four of us, we haven't watched wrestling in a long time, right? So a lot of these picks, probably going back to our pre-high school, maybe into high school days. But first pick of the draft is the guy who has been consistent. He's been on top for, I don't know, 40 years of wrestling, maybe. He's been one of the top performers. I'm not going to do this any justice. I'm not going to try to do it like he would do it, but the styling, profiling, limousine riding, Rolex wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, son of a gun. Give me the nature boy, Ric Flair, 1-1.
damn.
Love it. Love it. That's who I figured Joe's number one would be. Was that right, Joe?
Nah.
No? I figured you like the Flash.
Flair, he wasn't in my top 6.
Wow.
Wow. That is a terrible list.
I think he's got the most championships ever, actually.
He was just so consistent. Even if he wasn't the champion or the top dog, he was like what? Mid 80s, early
Maybe
80s?
even 70s. I don't know.
Maybe even 70s?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he wrestled up until like a couple years ago, right?
I think he just retired a couple of years ago, officially.
That's insane.
Probably the biggest persona of all time. I mean, just his character, you know. So
He's done more for cocaine than Pablo Escobar. So I think we can all appreciate him for that.
That's why he's not in my top tier, because I thought he was too over the top. For me, it was too much.
Oh wow. Okay. Coming
That's what
from
wrestling
you, Joe.
is, man.
It's going to be a long draft for Joe.
Yeah, seriously.
They're kind of all over the top. All right. Andy.
All right.
Where you going?
Second pick. Second pick is
draft.
going to be Andre the Giant.
Wow. Second pick.
Give you two. One, you look at him, or I look at him, and I wonder how we're the same species. You know, like that's where I'm fucking 5'6". He's like 7'6". I don't know. You just see the pictures of his hand and shit. Wild. But this is more to do with the Princess Bride than it is any wrestling. Because that fucking movie's fantastic. So give me Andre the Giant. First one on my big board.
For a Royal Rumble. Good pick.
Oh, also, yeah, he's not a human, so he's just gonna pick up you tiny mortals and toss you around.
Yeah, you can barely move the guy. Yeah, he was in one of the greatest movies from the fucking 80s. Like, come on now.
7'4", over 500 pounds, and a monster.
The problem with Andre the Giant in a Royal Rumble, he stumbles one time. There's no catch him. He's taking the ropes with him. He's out of that ring.
Probably taking out like 7 people too, though.
Exactly.
You ever hear some of the drinking stories about him? That guy can
the
put
best.
it down.
Legendary stories.
Legendary shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he just like in a sitting, he'll just do like a 30 rack.
They used to say on like the plane rides, right?
Yeah, on the plane rides.
Yeah. It's outrageous.
Unbelievable. All right, it's me, huh? I'm next.
Oh, yeah.
You, Douglas.
Jeez. I wanted Andre, not gonna lie.
Nice.
Here?
Probably not here. I kind of wanted him on the way back. I thought I was gonna get him coming back. But again, I'm not gonna say it's a bad pick. That man was the most massive human being to ever get in a ring. All right, so we're talking about personas, right? And that's a big part of it. I think this guy had the best character of all time. I'm going with the dead man, the Undertaker.
Who the fuck was better than the Undertaker, though?
I mean, he's another man that he seemed like he wrestled for 30, 40 years.
Didn't he have some kind of WrestleMania or Royal
21-0?
He had a streak. Yeah. Was it 21-0?
21-0 in WrestleMania, and then he lost to John Cena, right? Was it John Cena that beat him?
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Brock Lesnar. That's who it was. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So stupid. I was so annoyed with that. How do you, out of all the people you picked to have him fucking lose to, it was Brock fucking Lesnar.
What's wrong with Brock?
Well, Brock Lesnar can actually fight.
Brock's
good. Let him
Brock's
go.
definitely going in this draft somewhere, but I mean, I don't know. Out of all the people he faced, I thought it was a poor choice to lose the record there.
Yeah.
The Undertaker is one of the few people in wrestling that you hear one fucking noise.
Yeah.
One noise, and the crowd goes insane.
Just that bell, just that
one bell. The whole crowd just erupts. If you can have that type of persona, you're a top pick.
Yeah, that's why I say I think he's the best character of all time. He had Paul Bearer at his side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he himself was listed at 6'10", 300 pounds. Big man. A big man.
One of the greatest rivalries in wrestling history too, with Kane.
Yeah. All right, Joe, you have 2 picks, man. Where you going?
I mean, I wish I had any inclination of the way that this was going to go, because I would have gone and got my props ready for having this guy left. I would have made a mess in my living room, and I would have smashed them and just pounded 2 Coors Lights right now.
Yeah.
All right.
316 is coming off this board right now. The fact that Stone Cold Steve Austin is here at 4 is unbelievable, because I don't understand how anybody persona-wise, and then how long he held the title, and just he was always the main event. If Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't the main event, it was a letdown.
Might be the most popular wrestler of all time right there.
Yeah. For what, like a 10, 15-year period. He's another one. You
It
hear
was
that
the
broken
Attitude
glass, you go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
You go nuts with that broken glass.
Yeah. Great entrance.
Great entrance. I don't understand how he never snapped his neck from going side to side with it all the time and his things, but guy was unbelievable.
The Stone Cold Stunner.
Stunner, baby.
Move.
I had in my backyard wrestling days, that was my finisher, as a variation of the Stunner, because it was just the simplest thing I could do back then, because I was a fat, pudgy, short kid.
Love it. All right, where are you going on the way back?
On the way back, Hulkamania. I'm going to take the culture. The guy was one of the big dogs of the WWF back in the day, when it was called the WWF. Then he went to WCW, and he was the leader of the Wolf Pack. I mean, the guy started cultures, whichever federation or whatever you want to call them, organization that he was a part of.
This has nothing to do with Rocky 3.
Well, I mean, the fact that he was also in one of my favorite all-time movies.
What was his name again? Thunderlips?
Come on, man.
Great fucking name.
He was slamming around Rocky in there too, and it was just supposed to be an exhibition.
His music too, when that hits, the Real American, that pumps you up.
And even, I mean, Hollywood Hogan, when he would come out to Voodoo Child, and when that hit,
when he was Hollywood,
went nuts still when he was Hollywood. Yeah, when I was WCW, because I was big into WCW, I hated Hollywood Hogan, because I was a Wolfpack guy, and they fought, they battled against each other, but it was so hard to not get pumped up when Voodoo Child came on and Hulk Hogan would start coming out. Like, even though I was against him, I found myself even rooting for him then.
Yeah. I mean, I loved him as a kid. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers.
I'm ecstatic. I got my 1-2, and I was in 4th, so this worked out great for me.
That's 2 great picks.
It's a great 1-2. Great 1-2. All right, I'm up next again. I'm going with quite possibly the biggest movie star in the world right now. I'm going with The Rock. I think he was the best on the mic of anyone ever. He's coming back. He's fighting in WrestleMania this weekend. He's making a little return here. I believe he's on the board now of WWE. So he's basically an owner now of WWE. Like I said, biggest movie star ever. He owns UFL, right? He's one of the owners for UFL too.
Yeah.
The man is he's everywhere. And as a kid, it was Rock and Stone Cold. I was more a Rock guy. I was always way more of a Rock guy than Stone Cold. But so that's my 2 so far. I'm going Undertaker and The Rock.
Oh yeah, love that. I had The Rock lined up. I was hoping you were like more of a traditionalist there, but that's okay. That's a theme in my picks. No one's gonna beat me in this Royal Rumble because I'm just too big. I'm going with the Big Show.
Oh wow. He's going with the monsters.
He's just doubled up.
Yeah.
I'm just huge.
He did.
Across the board. Good luck, boys.
Yokozuna off the board soon.
Once again, has more to do with him playing Captain Insano in the water boy than it does with wrestling. So
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
He was recently discourteous to me. Fucking movie's great.
Lord.
Give me the Big Show.
Another 7'2", 500-pound man. So
you guys aren't moving.
Yeah, you got half a ton right now in that ring. Just
not Andre the Giant son.
People.
No, not Andre the Giant son. No.
All right, they tried using that story on WCW, but that was just more of a gimmick to get people to watch. All right.
You got 2 picks?
I got 2 picks. I'm gonna go with my number 4 overall. The Heartbreak Kid, the boy toy. Give me Shawn Michaels. I was a big Shawn Michaels fan growing up, and I went to a wrestling match. In my head, I remember him fighting Bret Hart in a cage match, but that could have just been something that I remember like watching on TV. I'm getting it mixed up. But anyway, he came down the entranceway, and I was a little kid sitting there with my hand out, and he slapped my hand as he was walking out. And
that's awesome.
My right hand, this one right here, boys. This hand.
And it never grew again.
Never hasn't grown since then. Well, the fingers haven't. The palm has a little bit. The fingers stopped growing. But
also never been washed.
Never been washed since then. And then pick 2. This is my favorite wrestler of all time. Probably not deserving to go yet, but he was a big persona. And he had 2 sides of him. He had it's a Sting. Sting is the pick. And he had, the face paint with the blonde hair, and then he went dark.
He was a surfer. His surfer persona, right?
Is that what it was? The surfer
I
persona. I was more the Crow Sting, because again, WCW. But you just be sitting there, all of a sudden the whole arena would go black, and you'd be looking for somebody up in the rafters, and there he would be, just flying into the ring with the Crow music playing in the background. He was such a badass. Didn't even have to say much. Just his personality, his character did all the talking for him. And he was a great wrestler too.
Yeah. I don't think he was a big on the mic guy. Love those 2 picks though. HBK might be the greatest like actual wrestler of all time, like physical skills.
Ring work, he's up there.
He is up there. He's up there. And Sting and Undertaker, I wish those 2 fought each other. They never did. Never happened. That would have been
a great match.
Yeah.
We're making it happen today, boys.
We're making it happen. We're making history today.
All right.
No, I like the mystery that Sting had, because when he was the black and white Crow version, he didn't talk as much, and you were dying for him to say something in some of those moments.
Yeah,
you were.
Didn't need to,
but that look he would give, it said everything. Said everything he needed to say.
Yeah.
On to me for 3.
Yep.
All right.
What big ass guy are you going with now?
I got some sides. I'm moving away from sides. I'm going straight to cheating. Give me Eddie Guerrero. All right. Because he was fucking hysterical. And I got size and all the cheats in the world. And then when Mike sent the race earlier, bro, I was laughing so hard at that stupid video. So give me Eddie Guerrero. I'm liking my 3 so far.
I like it.
Eddie Guerrero, I brought this up earlier to Doug, and it's almost taboo to say now because, he passed away, and you have to. I didn't like Eddie Guerrero when I watched wrestling. I don't know. I don't remember why. Maybe he had like a feud with somebody that I really liked or something.
Probably.
But I remember not liking Eddie Guerrero when I watched wrestling. But now I look back and, dude, the stunts he used to pull in that video where he was in Olympic race and he glued all the starters' shoes to the starting line and he's just sitting in front of them dancing. Like, he's just a fucking funny guy.
I think his personality came out in WWE. That's probably why you weren't that into him in WCW.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Great pick. So he's got the cheating down. He's got 2 monsters that he's working with here. So I feel like I have to get some size on my team now because of that. And Mike already mentioned him. I'm gonna go Yokozuna. I'm gonna go with the big man, the big sumo Yokozuna. I think I don't. How heavy was he? Does anyone know? I feel like he was like 600 pounds. That man was massive.
I'll look it up.
Massive human being.
He was a champion though, and he was a massive human being that could move. You know, so he was a talented.
589.
589. Yeah, so pushing 6 bills.
Jesus.
Yeah, so good luck throwing him out of the ring.
Yeah, that's a big boy. That's a big boy.
All I used to think of when he used to shove his ass in people in the turnbuckles when they were down is if that guy ripped one at that moment, you're dead. Like, you're dead.
You think you just died?
I don't think he has to. I think the smell that's coming out of there already is just as bad.
Yeah, it can't smell great with all the sweat and everything. It's not like he just got out of the shower. He's in a wrestling match. So.
But I'm serious. The way he moved for his size was unbelievable.
It was impressive. Yeah. A short-lived life, I think. But he was great. He was great while he was there.
I mean, what heart could handle that?
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a lot of weight.
All right, Joe. You got 2 picks.
I am loving that the way this is going because we're going here, brother. I'm going to take the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Good one.
Talk about personality, having the hottie on his arm. I can't remember what her fucking name was, but
Miss Elizabeth, right?
Miss Elizabeth. Yep, there you go. Thank you, Doug. Between that personality, that thick, heavy accent that I wish I had, like just everything about him was manly, strong, big. Loved it.
I completely overlooked him. I should have gone Macho Man there, honestly, but I needed some size.
Yeah, Yokozuna being picked before and Macho Man. That's
couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. The way this is falling. Couldn't ask for more.
It's a good one. Well, Yokozuna was a champion, so he did his thing.
Yeah, no, way to save it, Doug. Good job.
Yeah. All right, Joe. What's your second pick?
So I'm going. I'm putting you all in sharpshooters, man. I'm submitting everybody here. Give me Bret the Hitman Hart.
That's
Hart Foundation. Pick. One of the best tag teams that has ever been in wrestling. Also had a good persona. Just love it. The sunglasses that he made infamous. I mean, so much that goes with Bret.
Yeah, he might have been the greatest wrestler of all time, skills-wise.
Skills-wise. So I was thinking that when
skills.
you said, wow, just ring skills, I thought in general, for his size and his agility that he could move. Like Michaels, was a little bit more athletic. But
Michaels was more athletic. Strength. Yeah.
I feel like Bret was the ideal combination of that, for especially the way wrestling was back then.
We might be letting some guys slide to Joe right now.
I love it, man. Keep doing it.
Bret Hart was number 5 on my board and actually 1 spot above Sting. And I said it when I made the pick. He wasn't deserving on that pick, and that's exactly what I meant. And for a second there, I thought he might slip back to me, and I was getting very excited. And the fact that he slipped to Joe just pisses me off even more.
It did slip. All right. I'm going to go with some big personality here again. I'm going to go Rowdy Piper.
Oh, wow.
Get a little Rowdy in there.
I was hoping that one was coming back somehow.
The bagpipes, that's another one. When you hear that, the bagpipes going, he just runs out of the ring. He's just a ball of energy. That man was a psychopath. but he was
That
so
dude
much
was
fun
like
to
the
watch.
Tasmanian devil.
The Tasmanian devil in the ring. Just a complete psycho, and didn't care who he was fighting. He was just going to throw fists. Love that guy. Going Rowdy Piper.
The amount that he would just always come into that ring full bore, the fucking old, no
kilt.
matter how, the kilt, the old T-shirt, just white with the red collar, man. It was classic. Never
T-shirt with like
changed it
holes
up,
in
fucking
it.
stuck with it. Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, that man was great. Rest in peace, Rowdy.
Yeah. Was Rowdy Piper and They Live? That was Rowdy Piper, right?
Was he what?
And They Live, the movie? Was that him?
I don't know. I don't know what
I don't even know what that movie is.
Yeah. We're gonna stick with psychopaths here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take all 12 fucking Mick Foley personalities.
Rossi's letting everything drop.
Come on, man.
I don't know what's gonna happen in this fight, but I do know that Mankind will be bleeding at some point. Someone's gonna hit him. He's gonna get hit with something.
He will have some thumbtacks in his body.
His blood's gonna be somewhere. So let's just hope he was HIV negative and push forward.
Andy, there was, oh my God, there was, again, he was 7 on my big board. And I was talking to our buddy Steve about this. And I was saying, if they really did a Royal Rumble of like all-time greats, I think they would make Mankind or whatever version of that they wanted. I think he would be the winner because he was such an underdog story, you know?
He's the everyman. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what the world would want. You know, they would want an underdog story to come out and win. And that would probably get the biggest applause and the biggest reaction if Mankind just somehow won the Royal Rumble.
They definitely gave it his all. No one left more out.
Left all the blood out there.
All of it.
That guy must have been wheeled to the hospital so many times right after the match.
Have you guys seen the Undertaker in Mankind match in the Hell in a Cell where
when the cell broke, right?
He throws him off the top into a table.
Oh,
yes.
Yes. Like a 25-foot fall, something like that.
There's like a documentary on that, and that fucked him up big time.
Oh, I messed him up.
Yeah.
It absolutely concussed him.
He was all about that. His life was wrestling. Yeah.
Dude, he had his ear bit off, I think, in a match. I mean,
I don't remember that.
The man is a psycho. Yo, he's missing a part
Mike
of his
Tyson?
Yeah. The man is a psycho. He might not have been bitten off, but he lost part of his ear in a match.
I can see that.
He is a psycho.
You can only play with barbed wire so many times before something starts fucking getting pulled off.
Getting ripped off. Yeah. He was entertaining though, man. He was
definitely entertaining.
All right, Michael, 2 picks.
I mean, who comes up with the idea of choking somebody out with a sock? That was fucking amazing.
It actually wasn't him. There was the sock maybe, yeah, but that move was somebody else's in wrestling. Because I always thought I was like, oh, what a corny move, you know. But there's actually like nerves inside of your mouth where if you put your fingers in the right spots, it's like unbearable pain. So it's like a mouth doctor that turned wrestler came up with that move, and Mankind or Mick Foley, whatever version was his first version, took it from him and
he's like, you know what? I'm gonna put a sock on and do it that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
How do I make this worse for these people?
Let's put a dirty sock on my hand and shove it in someone's mouth. All right. Shit. Where you going?
All
Mike?
right. Again, a WCW guy. And there was no one more entertaining in WCW than Goldberg. That fucking guy with his winning streak, 173 matches in a row to start his career. And when he would just spare you, I always thought like this guy should be in the NFL. You know, he really could have made the NFL.
He played football, right? Played college football.
I think he tried.
But when he hit somebody, it was Ray Lewis type hits. You know, he nailed him, and then he would pick him up for the jackhammer, and it'd be 1, 2, 3, game over. He was just so fun to watch. He brought so much charisma, and you could tell that he just gave everything to that sport. So Goldberg here, I think it's a great pick. He was number 10 on my big board.
He thinks it's a good pick. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? What a stupid thing to say. I think it's a good pick. Yeah, I fucking just made the pick, Mike. That's just me like trying to think out loud while doing other shit, and that's what came out of my mouth. So fuck you for bringing it up, all right, Doug?
Sorry to call you out.
All right, and now I'm gonna go with we talked about Bret Hart, we've talked about Shawn Michaels.
Bret Hart hates Goldberg, by the way. Hates Goldberg. He ended his
does
career.
He?
Ended his career. Concussed him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm going with the man that is probably the best wrestler in WWE history. Kurt Angle.
Son of a bitch.
Kurt Angle.
I think we could take probably out of there. If you win an Olympic gold medalist, I think you just get you just get that name.
Take that out.
Yeah.
The wrestling machine was his nickname, and it fit him so perfectly. He had the ankle lock, the ankle slam, got on one knee. Once you were in that hold, you weren't getting out of it. I was never a huge Kurt Angle fan, but he just, as far as wrestling goes, you need him on your team. He's 100% has to be picked in this format.
Oh yeah, 100% agree with that. Good pick, and well said, Mike.
Thank you.
If he does say so himself.
Yeah, I didn't say it for that one because I don't have any more thinking to do. All right,
all done with the thinking. On to Andy.
Well, that was my next pick because I needed somebody actually skilled. So you know what's better than skill is taking the person that actually writes the scripts. Give me Triple H, the owner. Give me the owner. He was part of the golden era when I watched, and I think Stephanie McMahon was dating somebody, and he drugged her, kidnapped her, and married her.
Yes, ridiculous storylines.
Which was the most outrageous story I've ever seen. When I was a kid, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
And that's his wife.
It's a fairy tale.
Really his wife, but it wasn't. It was wild. So give me the owner. Give me the man that's signing the checks and making the scripts. Triple H.
Wow, I like it. All right, so many places to go here. I think I can wait on one of these guys. I think I can wait on one of these guys because I don't think Joe's going to go this way. I think Joe's a little more old school. So I'm going to go with the most everyman guy ever. I'm going to go Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes action.
It's a family business with him.
It is a family business. His son is like the biggest star right now, or one of the biggest stars right now in WWE. And that man was amazing. Talk about charisma, just dripping charisma, that man. Also great on the mic. Another one great on the mic. And what was his elbow move? The bionic elbow?
Bionic elbow, yeah.
Bionic elbow, where he just instead of hitting someone with his fist, he just uses the elbow and just beats the shit out of you in your face.
Again, not a great wrestler, but there were few like him that could talk on the mic as well as he could.
Yes. Yep.
And you didn't like Dusty Rhodes. You were a terrible person.
Agreed.
You should just.
Agreed. Another man that just put his body on the line. Always, though. Mm-hmm. You know, he reminds me a lot of Mankind, Mick Foley. So, all right. So that's my guy. Joe, you got 2 picks.
Oh, man. Still love the way this draft is going. Because I'm taking the guy who would hype me up when he ran into the ring more than anybody. And he just grabbed those ropes and he's bouncing around. That warrior. Tell me that once that guy came into that ring and just bouncing around all 4 sides, you weren't pumped up, ready to go and see that guy get into that action?
Joe, you just pumped me up. I'm fucking pumped up right now, man.
You shake those ropes one more time.
I'm ready to get in that Royal Rumble ring right now, just from thinking about it, man, and doing it myself.
That's unbelievable.
The tassels, the colorful tassels. That man was probably a bigger psycho than Rowdy Piper, honestly. That man was crazy.
Dude, the amount of weight he could lift over his head for his fucking move. He'd have 300-pound men just lifted over his shoulders.
Probably the most roided out man ever.
By far.
That's a title in itself right there.
It is.
To be on the most steroids in the WWE is like
it's impressive right there.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Well done.
Well done.
Kudos to that man.
All right, Joe, you got another one.
All right. So
Joe forgot he had
a little bit of strategy, and I'm taking this guy just because he is probably my all-time favorite to watch. I always got to say, as soon as he took that toothpick out and just tossed it right at you, and he dropped those guys down with the razor's edge. Razor Ramon Chico.
Love it, Joe.
That's a great pick. Whenever I used to do pool wrestling, where there'd be like 5 guys in a pool and we just fucking do all moves to each other. And the razor's edge was the most fun move to do in the pool, unless you were getting it done to you because your back was red and stinging for a good 10 minutes after razor's edge.
One of the best finishers for sure.
See, it was my favorite finisher, and he was my favorite personality with that style and attitude.
Him and Michaels had possibly the greatest match of all time, that ladder match at WrestleMania.
Ah, yeah.
That was a good one. Good one, Joe. All right. So I'm going to go with today's wrestling here. And I'm going to acknowledge this man. I'm going to go Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
So he's been the champion, man, for like 3 or 4 years now. It's an unbelievable span right now that he's been champion for. He's probably, I think he's betting odds he's going to lose it this weekend to Cody Rhodes, Dusty's son. But Roman Reigns right now is the guy. He's a lot of people call him the GOAT now. So I'm going Roman Reigns. I'm gonna sneak him in there with a what is 6th round pick we got right now?
Yeah, I mean that's got to be a steal for a guy who's held on to the title for that long.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
He's the guy right now. Yeah, and actually, so also a cousin of The Rock, and so I got him, Yokozuna, The Rock. I got a lot of Samoans going on right now.
Good bloodline.
I got the bloodline going, Joe. That's what they call it right now. It's the bloodline. All right, Andy, where are you going?
I'm going with quite possibly the tiniest wrestler I remember, but I always remember watching him and just having an absolute blast watching him do the craziest shit. Give me Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
He was just, dude. Yeah, I was a small guy. You like watching small guys succeed, and he did this craziest fucking acrobatic shit. And it was awesome to watch as a kid. So yeah, Rey Mysterio,
amazing wrestler. He's still wrestling. He's wrestling this weekend against his son.
Really?
Yep, tag match against his son this weekend. Yeah.
Dude had no regard for his body. Just would do whatever it took.
Pretty impressive. He's still wrestling.
Yeah, dude.
All the shit that we watched him do.
Super Nino.
Yeah, he's. What is he, like 5'5", 5'6", maybe?
Yeah, normal height for a man. Normal height for a man.
The average height. Michael, to your way again.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like a lot of yours got sniped here along the way.
Love it.
Yeah.
Sniped left and right.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio, Mankind, Bret Hart. Obviously you have the first pick. There's what's that math? 7 picks before you go again. 6 picks. I don't know. You're gonna get sniped.
6 picks.
I'm also gonna stay in today's wrestling world. I don't know much about him because I don't watch wrestling anymore. But the research that I've done leads me to believe that he's a great wrestler. I'm gonna leave the facts or any storytelling to Doug because I think you might know a little bit more. But he's nicknamed the Viper. He's got the RKO. Randy Orton is on my team. Doug, you got anything to say about him?
It's a great pick, man. Do you have anything to say? So his father was a wrestler in WWF back in the day. Cowboy Bob Orton. You guys remember that guy at all?
I don't.
Cowboy Bob Orton. I think he actually fought in the first WrestleMania ever. But yeah, Randy's been around since he was 20. He's been wrestling forever, and he's wrestling this weekend still. Great pick. RKO, I think, is actually the best finisher of all time. Not the what I say, Razors was quite possibly.
The Razor's Edge.
The Razor's Edge. I think RKO is a good one.
That's the one that people do a ton in like pools, right? Jumping off of the side of the pools and stuff.
That's what's cool about it, is you can do it
in
so many different fashions. So I liked it. Yeah, good pick.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
All right.
I think it's a good pick.
I am I just picked somebody in today's wrestling world, and I'm now going back to the beginning of time. The beginning of WWE, I should say, not wrestling. The champ, the original champ from 63 to 70, the man who put wrestling on the map, Bruno Sammartino, the Italian Stallion. I don't even know if that's his nickname, but I'm saying it anyway. He was 8 years he was the champ, and then he was a champ again from 74 to 76. He was just the face of wrestling, the guy that everyone else can thank for being as big as they are. Give me Bruno.
I can't help you out that one too much, because that was like 60s, right? 60s, 70s.
But he was the original.
Yeah, he's the original.
You can't go without bringing him into this list. If he went undrafted, I would have took him with this round if he was still there. But
we would have gotten killed for that one.
He's the guy. Yeah,
he's the OG.
Godfather of it.
Yeah, just like people killed us for no Bill Russell in the NBA one.
Seriously.
I mean, we deserve it.
We did. Yeah.
All right, Andy. Where you going now?
So I'm basically running out of people that I remember watching. So I'm going to go with, I honestly don't remember this dude in the ring one single time, but I remember him being fucking hysterical. I'm taking Goldust. Because every time that dude talked, I fucking laughed. I couldn't tell you one thing about his actual wrestling though, but man, I just remember laughing my ass off watching him do the weirdest fucking shit painted gold. Just such a creepy looking fuck.
He had a great entrance too. His entrance was pretty amazing, where it was just the gold glitter all around and everything.
The big coat he had.
Yeah. So he's in real life, he's Dusty Rhodes' son.
Really?
Goldust. Yep.
Got it right there in the name, huh?
Got it right there in the name.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Learn something every day. Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome. All right. Oof. And they're rolling off the board here. I don't know where I'm going. Okay. I'm gonna where am I going? I'm gonna go Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
It's another one.
Fucking hate Y2K.
Oh,
Y2K.
I did too, man. I did too.
You? Did you?
Yes.
See, he's another
now I
one.
love him. Now I love him.
Do you actually, Joe? Or you just saying that?
I can't stand him. I hate that I agree with Rossi on multiple things today.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. He's been around forever too, man. He's still fighting. He's in AEW. And he also is he's got his own rock band, right? Fozzy.
What?
Fozzy?
Yeah, Fozzy. But anyways,
check that
out. Chris Jericho. When I was, little Dougie, gonna go back to little Dougie again. I used to always put the walls of Jericho on my buddy Craw all the time.
That's why he is the way he is now, huh?
it's why
just explain. That explains so much.
It's why he's negative Craw, because you got the walls put on him quite a bit. So, yeah, Chris Jericho, like I said, another great one on the mic. Just a flashy character, and been around forever. Stands the test of time. Big Jericho guy. All right, Joseph.
Last two.
Man.
Your last two picks. Yeah.
I know. I wanted to go a certain way here. I don't know if people saw him, but I'm taking him for personality and showmanship. But I want the Godfather, man. Not easy. And the Godfather was the ladies, man, of the wrestling. He would always come down with all the ladies.
Yeah, he was a pimp. That's what he was.
Yeah, man. It was great. Pretty good wrestler, but for me, it was the show with him and the entertainment factor he would bring in.
I knew he was gonna swerve eventually. I love it. I love this pick. This is during the Attitude Era where like he would just have women come down behind him in a line with like wearing nothing, right?
Oh yeah.
It's when
No
they could
wonder
get
why
away.
Joe
with it.
likes him. Yeah. Who didn't like that when you were 10 years old, 12 years old?
Right. All right. Who's your last pick? Last and final
last
pick, Joe.
pick. So the last pick. I'm gonna go Booker T. I'm gonna scissor. I want the scissor kick in my lineup.
Come on.
Mike just walked away again.
That just sums up how happy this episode has made me. Another steal on Mike. Booker T, I felt like at one point was the man in WCW. And then he was strong when he came over. Big guy size with a lot of athleticism and tons of personality on the mic.
Wow. Good pick, Joe.
Real quick, I just looked up The Godfather because I just wanted. I was like, well, I knew who he was, but I was like, I can't remember like anything about him. He was also Papa Shango. I didn't know that he was Papa Shango too.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Completely forgot about that. Now that you said that, but completely, that would have been a good thing to bring to the table if I could.
He was in like a clique group, whatever, with The Rock.
With Farouk, D'Lo Brown,
Nation of Domination.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Rock. That was like when he was starting, wasn't he?
That was when The Rock was kind of early on. Yeah. All right. So my last pick, huh? I still have so many guys on my board here.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, you do, Mike.
No, I was talking for Andy there.
Well, Andy didn't even make a big board.
I'm happy with my draft.
I'm super impressed with how you did this, even. All right. So my wife would probably get angry with me if I don't pick this guy because she loves this guy because he's such a good dude. And
she loves good people in that family.
She loves good people. I think he actually has the record for Make-A-Wish Foundation. So you can't always see him though. I'm going John Cena. Another guy that was just great on the mic. So I got a lot of mic guys on mine. And I think he has like 14 championships on to his name. Not the greatest wrestler in-ring wrestler. He was kind of like a Hogan in that regard, but great on the mic, jacked. I mean, definitely a roided out dude as well.
I don't know about that. He looks pretty natural.
Do you think he's natural?
I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dude that puts the Big Show up on his shoulders with ease. So he's doing something.
No, solid pick. I just thought he was annoying as fuck.
So corny. He was just a corny wrestler.
Very corny.
Corny.
Very corny.
Another over the top annoying.
He's turned into a somewhat decent comedic actor though.
And then there's that now too.
Got
another
some
movie star.
Pretty good, comedic timing in those movies.
Yeah.
Not great, but pretty
Actually,
good.
on the Oscars recently, he walked out on the stage completely nude. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh yes.
Yeah. He just had
no,
the envelope.
I haven't seen that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, of course.
Got the
figured he'd be a little
Right.
too old for those people, but
Yeah. That a conversation for another day. Absolutely. I don't disagree with you, Andy, though.
We're gonna stick with movie stars to round out my list.
I like it.
Love Guardians of the Galaxy. Give me Batista. Probably never seen him wrestle one single time, but god damn it, is Drax funny. So
oh my, he is fucking hilarious.
He is. And he's just a one-liner guy. I mean,
eating the chips, staying so perfectly still. Fucking kills me every time. Batista rounds out my 8. Love my squad. Absolutely love it.
If we were doing a Marvel draft right now, Drax would be up there for me. I don't know anything about Dave Bautista, the wrestler, but as Drax, there's no one that could have been fit into that role more perfectly.
I believe he actually did a little, not UFC, but he he did something. One of those organizations. He actually fought some matches.
I could see it,
and I think he was decent. So
Cool.
Yeah.
So he's actually a badass. You know, not just a fake badass. He's actually a badass.
Needed one of those.
Mike, you got the last pick. Where are you going?
Does he have anybody left on his list though? We've been sniping him left and right.
Yeah. I got one person above the guy that I'm going to be picking, but I know nothing about the other guy. The guy I have ranked higher is AJ Styles, and from what I'm hearing, he's like today's version of Shawn Michaels. But I already have somebody that I don't really know much about in Randy Orton, so I'm going to go with the guy. You guys keep talking about steroids. You talk about steroids, you got to talk about Lex Luger, because that dude's biceps had biceps on top of him. And when you talk about greatest finishers, I mean, who didn't love the torture rack? You got somebody on your shoulders and just pound them down. Like, that is bad wording, but great finishing move. Terrible way to phrase that, but what a great fucking finisher the torture rack was. A total package, Lex Luger, to end the draft.
Package.
The
all right.
Total package.
Rounds it out.
Good job, Mike.
Thanks, Andy.
That was fun. Now I want to make it clear too that this was a men's only Royal Rumble. We weren't just complete sexist pigs here, right? We were just drafting men.
Yeah. Well, we also
and he's like, oh,
All right.
And the way that we I guess we didn't really talk about it too much, besides saying, like, you know, this guy has character, story, but this isn't like the best wrestlers of all time. You know, it's not a top 32 wrestlers of all time list. It's everything combined. It's the mic skills, it's the ring work, it's the character itself, it's the theme music, everything. Who would win? Whose team wins this Royal Rumble?
I can't wait to hear people's opinions, the comments.
Yep.
This was a fun draft. We got some stacked teams here.
I enjoyed myself.
You guys got no chance. And this I don't even know why we're gonna put this up.
One last little bit of information here. Before this episode, Joe was so down on the wrestling draft. Like, he didn't know anybody.
He was more fired up
above this draft. He brought more character and more persona than anybody in this fucking draft now.
Because I just thought this was gonna go a completely different route, and I didn't think I was getting half the guys I got, so it worked out perfect for myself.
Joe, you brought the energy.
Yes, you did.
Good.
That's what I do, Doug.
All right, boys. Good draft. That was fun. So for Mike, Andy, Joe, I'm Doug. We'll see you guys next time. Later.
Can you dig it?